Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is October 19th, 2025, and Barcelona have announced that they will be appealing the 2 yellow cards that Hansi Flick received at the hands of the king of mediocrity, Gil Manzano, during the Girona match. Also, Raphinha and Ferran Torres still training on the side, not with the group. And finally, Sky Sport reporting that Ter Stegen, for the first time, is open to leaving Barcelona. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo. We'll begin this video with the news, or with the discussion regarding this guy, the king of mediocrity, the king of morons everywhere, the king of terrible referees, Gil Manzano, the incompetent Gil Manzano, who till this day I have no idea how he is still a referee of first division football in Spain. I mean, this guy cannot even referee a Pee-wee match. That's how bad he is. But nonetheless, he is, because of course, until La Liga and the CTA decide to do something about refereeing, idiots like this one will continue to be referees and will continue to make money of being idiots and incompetent people. Now, Gil Manzano yesterday gave 2 yellow cards to Hansi Flick. This was confirmed in his report, because when it happened, we were a little bit confused. Like, was it a direct red? Was it 1 yellow? But then he decided, no, it's going to be a red. We weren't too clear. Well, Gil Manzano's report clarifies it that, yes, he gave Hansi Flick 2 yellows, one after the other. Looks like Hansi Flick was protesting. Gil Manzano shows him a yellow. Hansi Flick does this, like, come on, are you serious? Shows him the second yellow, and as a result, Hansi Flick received a red. Now, since it's 2 yellow cards, Hansi Flick will serve a 1-match suspension, which means that Flick will be missing El Clásico match against Real Madrid next week. And now, this is what Hansi Flick had to say in the post-match press conference. And I only saw it now. I didn't know about it. But in the end, it wasn't directed against anyone. He's talking about him complaining, that he wasn't really yelling at the ref. He was just like, yelling, he protesting. It was probably related to our match, to our performance, to the performance we delivered. For me, football is emotion. Just as I didn't say anything about the referee, come on, that's his decision, and I have to accept it. What can I say is that it wasn't against him. So Flick explaining that, he was yelling and protesting at the sideline, not at the referee or something, just because he was frustrated at the game. And that's when Gil Manzano shows him the first yellow, and then Hansi Flick goes like, are you serious? Gil Manzano shows him a second yellow card, and as a result, he gets a red. But Flick saying, hey, it wasn't directed at the ref. I wasn't complaining about the ref, but it's his decision. What can be done? Now, let's not forget, this is the same referee, Gil Manzano, that gave Lewandowski a red card for doing this. But yet, when Xabi Alonso, to his face, called him a scoundrel and told him that he was going to be sending this video of his decision to the CTA so he could be punished, nothing. Threatening a referee and insulting a referee to his face, that gets you nothing. But Hansi Flick protests, not even at the ref decision, and it's a red card. Now, Joan Laporta, during the General Assembly, announced that Barcelona will be appealing this decision, and this is what the Barcelona president had to say. For the next match, our coach will not be there. The club is appealing the sanction against Hansi Flick. The referee exaggerates when he shows the yellow, waits for our coach to continue reacting. It will be difficult to lift the sanction. I did not like the referee's attitude. This gentleman, I would not call him a gentleman because he's a fucking moron, has sent off almost all our players. He has a history with us that is enough to see. Something always happens. We were not good either. So Joan Laporta announcing that, yes, Barcelona will be appealing it. Of course, also admitting that it's going to be very difficult to lift, because let's be honest, unless you're on Real Madrid, you're not going to get a sanction lifted. Remember Vinicius, when he punched a player or slapped him, got a red, and then they removed it because they're like, oh, the guy provoked him. Well, I guess we can use the same argument, right? It's the ref provoked Flick, so it should be removed, right? Probably not. And of course, mentioning that we've always had a history with Gil Manzano. Gil Manzano has red carded, the likes of Messi, Suarez, Piqué, Neymar, Lewandowski, now Flick. And remember, Gil Manzano is the same guy that was caught several years ago leaving the Bernabeu with bags full of gifts. Just saying. Anyway, so let's move on to the next bit of news, and it concerns Pedri, because Pedri won man of the match against Girona, which I thought was one hell of a performance by Pedri, who pretty much carried the midfield on his back. And this is what Pedri had to say, where despite winning the man of the match, he was not content. Now, Pedri said, "We have to improve many things, especially our pressing. We haven't been good. We've already had 2 games in which I don't think we've been good. We have to improve that pressing." Remember, focus on this, okay? "Above all, and with the ball, give it more rhythm, create more chances. I think we have a lot of room for improvement. We have to analyze it with the manager during the week and improve for the next game." Now, Pedri continued, "With a pass into space, when you're not pressing, they can be left alone in front of the goalkeeper." Again, pressing. "I think we also have to improve with the ball because I don't think we're as sharp as we were last season. The good thing is that we're improving and that today we took the 3 points." So Pedri stating that he's been noticing a big problem with the pressing where the players are not pressing, especially the attack. And as a result, that's why they've been suffering. By the way, this is the second time he's made this statement against Sevilla. He also said that the problem is that the team is not pressing. Now, I said that during the post-match live analysis, and some people called me delusional. So I guess Pedri's delusional too. Pedri, my man, come on, bro. You need to get it together. You're being delusional. It's obviously not the pressing. I have a few people in the comment section that would like to tell you and teach you on what the problem actually is. So hit us up. We got some information for you. It's not depressing. You're delusional. Anyways, let's move on to the next bit of news because we do have bad news. And that bad news is regarding Ferran Torres and Coutinho because the 2 players are still training separately from the group, or at least they were seen today training separately without the group. Now, in the case of Coutinho, it looks like he might not make it to the Olympiacos match on Tuesday in the Champions League, with the goal remaining for him to be healthy or fit for El Clásico match. In regards to Ferran Torres, it's looking more positive because, again, Ferran is not injured. This is more of a precaution because he's feeling soreness in his hamstring. So they're saying Ferran Torres could get some minutes against Olympiacos, maybe like 20, 30 minutes, but not full match. But Raphinha, it's looking like he might not make it to the Olympiacos match, which of course is bad news, but hopefully he'll be fit for El Clásico because we need Coutinho. We need his pressing. Oh, wait, no, that's not a problem. We're all delusional. But we need his fighting spirit. We need Coutinho. So hopefully he can be ready for El Clásico match. All right, let's end this video with the big news because Sky Sport, one of the biggest media outlets in Germany alongside Bild, well, they dropped a big bombshell today stating that for the first time, Ter Stegen is considering leaving Barcelona. Now, the report states that Ter Stegen has not made up his mind yet. No decision has been made. However, he is open to leaving. Now, this is big, of course, because up to now, Ter Stegen was saying, I'm not leaving, right? Kind of like that scene from Wolf of Wall Street when he's like, I'm not leaving. Well, that was pretty much Ter Stegen up to this point, but now he's actually open to leaving. Again, no decision has been made. He could very well decide that he wants to stay, but at least for the first time, he is open to leaving. Why? Because, of course, the big concern is the World Cup. For the first time ever, Ter Stegen has the opportunity to start as the goalkeeper for Germany in a World Cup because before this, it was always Neuer. And Ter Stegen now is starting to consider that, hey, if I stay, I might end up being a sub. And if I'm a sub, there's a good chance that I might not start. So, of course, this is weighing on Ter Stegen. So, for the first time, he is open to leaving. I think he will end up leaving, especially once he's recovered and can see that, Joan Garcia is the future. I think he'll end up leaving, but at least one step at a time, right? At least now we have this step forward that he is open to leaving. All right, that is all for this video. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and as always, Visca Barça.